kind of put our finger on that this was a joint church-state operation from the beginning, and it didn't emerge despite European culture, but because of it. And that's something, you know, for example, when there's a talk, and we're going to go into this in more detail in the talk I'll give on Thursday, but in Holocaust studies, when they're talking about, you know, why the extermination of so many people happened in Europe in the 1930s and 40s, I think we have to look, and this is maybe an idea to hold in your mind, that this didn't happen because of some aberration in European culture, but because of certain fundamental tendencies right in our culture. The main one being the idea that humanity is divided into the saved and the damned, and people who are outside the circle of the saved don't have rights. They don't even have the right to live. And that system is still at work in the world, and it's responsible for a lot of war and suffering. So I think, you know, when you study this, it isn't some arcane subject in the past. It's something very related to what we're going through now around the world, and that's something I just want to put out there to keep in mind. So I guess what I'll do is I'll run this. What do I do? Just hit play?
There's a little button at the bottom with the player.
And the volume is right.
The volume should be working.
Okay. So this film we made 3 years ago. It consists of partly telling my story as a minister on the west coast of Vancouver Island. I used to be a clergyman in the United Church of Canada, and I was promptly expelled when I began to ask a lot of these questions about what the church had been doing in these residential schools. And in the film, we're telling that story, but also trying to show some of the eyewitnesses and the evidence we've accumulated about, you know, the deliberate genocide that occurred in these schools. So I'm going to show the first part of this. The film won several awards in Los Angeles and New York at independent film festivals in 2007. It's, as is often the case, it has more of a hearing outside Canada than within the country, where on this issue there's been a real censorship, and still is in many ways. But so we find the best thing is to simply get the information out there and let the world judge for itself about these crimes. So after this, I'll talk a little bit more, and then we'll open it up for discussion and your own comments. Let's hope something happens.
Just leave it.
Okay. Either there or kill it. There it is.
We'd blow it up.
I know a lot of you don't understand.
Can you hear that?
Yeah, the little
For the world to know about this, because the church is hiding and the government's hiding. There is a lot of people that died in those places.
When the Lord your God brings you into the land you are entering to possess, and drives out before you many nations, and you have defeated them, then you must destroy them totally. Make no treaty